Hello folks, my name is Ray Samuels. I'm the co-founder of the highly acclaimed program, How to Win in Challenging Times with Grow, a framework for personal and professional growth. In this video, I'm going to share with you a framework that I developed, which is based in positive psychology. The Grow framework came about because of my own personal challenging times and from discussions with people who have also experienced their own challenging life events. Positive psychology is the fastest growing area in the field of psychology. It is a scientific study of what makes life worth living, or how do people flourish. It's about finding ways to increase our well-being. Traditional psychology looks at what is wrong with people, but positive psychology looks at what's right with us. Or in other words, not what is wrong, but what makes us strong. Positive life change is possible, and through the Grow framework, I realized my strengths during times of adversity. As a result of developing and applying the Grow framework, I believe that you'll be able to become more confident in your abilities to accept that you can grow through your own challenges, whether you're personal or professional, as a parent, teacher, coach, student, business owner, or simply as a person who is struggling and wants to live life fully and positively affect those around us. I want to show you how I was able to grow through life and how you can too. For those individuals who are seeking or in search of a better circumstance, by applying the Grow framework to all aspects of our lives, one can become more self-aware, understand how to set and achieve goals, become more resilient and optimistic, cultivate what's best in ourselves, and work towards personal and professional growth. I believe with the right tools, techniques, actions, and habits, life change is possible. By applying the Grow framework, I learned to do things differently, think differently, and act differently. And I want to show you how to do this too. Let me share my story. How I've used the Grow framework. I've been a successful entrepreneur since I was a teenager. I've been blessed with success. However, success has not made me immune to difficult and challenging life events. People might assume that having personal wealth would guarantee happiness and solve all of life's problems. It is true that I was able to enjoy many things because of hard work, which led to success, but business disputes and costly lawsuits, personal health issues, and tragedy that struck my family made me realize that money can never buy what I needed to help me through these difficult periods in my life. They say things happen in threes, and this is true for me. When I was recovering from surgery back in 2008, I was asked by my managing partner to meet with him at the office. I had asked to defer the meeting as I had not fully recovered. He said no, it was rather urgent. I made my way to the office only to find out that my services were no longer required. In essence, I was fired. If you've ever been fired or know someone who's been fired, you can understand how devastating this was. Just when I thought the worst was over, the managing partner decided to present me with a lawsuit dispute over a close working relationship for many years. This legal issue caused considerable stress and financial hardship that lasted for more than 3 years. Finally, this last event has been most devastating and unimaginable. Sadly, my brother took his own life at the age of 48. He poured gasoline on himself while he was in his vehicle and lit himself on fire. We know this to be called death by suicide. His death caused unimaginable grief throughout my family. How does one move on? That was the question that I asked. I believe the ongoing stress contributed to the deterioration of my health. This is evident by not being able to fight off a bacterial infection that lasted more than a year, which became so serious that it threatened my life. Around this time, I reached out to a friend. I wanted to know how she was managing through her breast cancer treatment. She said that she was having troubles coping, but found that writing in a gratitude journal every day was improving her emotional state. I was intrigued. I started to do my own research about gratitude. This led me to the field of positive psychology. In search of a better well-being, I found myself reading more and more about positive psychology. I wanted to recapture my love of life. I was in search of the better me. Positive psychology resonated with me because it looks at what's right with people and not what's wrong with people. And I wanted to apply this way of thinking to my own life. I started asking people that I knew questions about how they got through their own challenging times. Their answers, a combination of my readings, reflection of my own personal experience, led to the creation of the GROW framework. Applying this framework has yielded a better me and led to an increase in my well-being as well as personal and professional growth. I'm not alone when it comes to challenging life events. In fact, research suggests that 90% of people will go through a challenging life event at least once in their life. Have you ever struggled through a challenging life event? Have you ever wondered why people suffer hardships and do not falter? Do you feel confident that you could persevere in the face of personal or professional setback? Do you want to find ways to increase your well-being and understand your strengths to get you through adversity? You might be thinking that positive psychology is too complicated, strange, or difficult to make sense of. I believe that it's the fastest growing area of psychology because we want to find a way to feel better. They want strategies that are simple and can be used daily. In the last year, I've read numerous books about this fascinating field. What I've learned is uplifting and useful. My knowledge of positive psychology has impacted my well-being. I want to share with you what I've learned so you can apply it in your own life. I've simplified my understanding of positive psychology by developing the GROW framework. Maybe you think that it's too difficult for you to think about change or increasing your well-being right now. I honor that. However, if you're ready for change and growth, let's take a look at the GROW framework. The GROW framework is a simple but powerful framework that you can apply to all aspects of your life. It consists of 4 traits. Each one of these traits can be assessed, developed, and applied to our lives. I believe these traits, when combined, can also help you to grow. By applying the GROW framework, it has helped me to achieve personal growth despite adversity. This is what I want to share with you now. Gratitude. It's an emotion expressing appreciation for what we have. Resilience. It's the recovery from setbacks, the quality of bouncing forward, and the ability to cope with ongoing changes in life. Optimism. It's looking at challenges, failures, and setbacks in ways that increase our hope, persistence, and well-being. Willpower allows us to resist temptation, make good choices, and use self-control to achieve our goals. Maybe you're asking yourself if you're ready for positive change. Having the right mindset is extremely important to conquer our feelings of self-doubt. Let me tell you more about how to get the right mindset and why mindsets matter. Mindset is a simple yet groundbreaking idea from the field of positive psychology. So what are mindsets? Mindsets are beliefs about yourselves and your most basic qualities. You may believe that these qualities are fixed traits, in other words, known as fixed mindset. Or you may think that these qualities can be developed, which is known as growth mindset. Can you develop a growth mindset? Absolutely. Everyone can adapt a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset can help us get through challenges, obstacles, and persevere. It is important to have the right mindset before applying the GROW framework. By applying the GROW framework to all aspects of our lives, we can 1. Become more self-aware, 2. Understand how to set and achieve our goals, 3. Become more resilient and optimistic, 4. Cultivate what's best in ourselves, 5. Experience personal and professional growth, 6. Increase our well-being. By applying the GROW framework, learning the tools, techniques, and habits, such as implementing a simple, daily doable action, can lead to increase in our well-being. Gratitude, resilience, optimism, willpower are traits that can be assessed, learned, and developed. So I ask you, do you want to feel better? Do you want to feel alive? Do you want to grow as a person? I know I do. Let's cultivate what's best in ourselves and learn how to use our strengths in times of adversity. I challenge you. In order to get started today, I issue a 5-minute challenge. This positive psychology activity is called 3 Small Things. So how do you do it? Each day, for at least once a week, write down 3 things that went well for you that day. Provide an explanation for why they went well. It is also important to create a physical record of your items by writing them down. It's not enough simply to do the exercise in your head. The items can be relatively small in importance. For an example, My coworker made me coffee today. Or relatively large in size. I earned a big promotion. To make this exercise part of your daily routine, some find it writing before bed is helpful. I want to personally thank you for listening and watching this video. I invite you to post your comments and questions below. Until next time, be present, be grateful, be well.